Hey guys, I'm doing a video of the hanging the drywall and on the ceiling here in the bedroom, and how I cut the can lights out so you get an actually perfectly round circle. So in case any of you are interested or ever want to do it, it's not that big a deal, and then you'll see me using a lift, a drywall lift, and it makes it so much easier, especially if you're doing this by yourself. So it's going to be kind of a long video, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to split it up into probably 3 or 4 different videos, depending on how long each one of them takes. So I'll do at the beginning, you'll know which one is which, whether it's part 1, part 2, or part 3 or 4. It shouldn't take no more than 4 videos. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoy it, and you know, if you like the videos, of course, you know, just give us a big thumbs up, and I can't think of what I wanted to say. And comment, of course. You know, I'm glad to be back doing videos, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, I'm going to get started, and I'll put one on, probably one a day or whatever, so I don't have to cram them all into one day. So, hey guys, this is a video I mentioned in one of the videos I just started making again, that I was putting the ceiling in the bedroom here in the cabin. I'm actually standing in the living room. I'll do that a little later. A video on it, where we're living in the living room part now. We have the bed in here, and you know, the TV, and the a couple of recliners, and this is basically where we're living. And then of course the bathroom, and then the little hallway is we're using as a temporary kitchen, because the kitchen is nowhere near and will not be, probably not be done until spring, sometime summertime, because that'll be one of the last things we will do. We're trying to get the rest of it done, and that'll be the last room that we'll completely have to get done. But anyway, I thought I'd show you guys some of how I put up drywall, and there's a lot of different ways. And I've done this over the years, you know, quite a bit, you know, different jobs and stuff, you know, building houses and remodeling houses and stuff like that. And so, again, you know, I've learned all this stuff. I know I've gone through it before, but this is, this room is, and I was, in another video, I was talking about how big the rooms were. I couldn't remember exactly, but I just counted it. 16 feet wide by 20 feet, 18 foot, I'm sorry, 18 foot long. And both rooms are, the living room and the bedroom are the same. I basically just split it in half. This was the very first floor. And then if you'll look back at some of the other videos that I built, so basically I couldn't get 3 rooms out of it. I could have, but it would have made the living room and the bedroom a lot smaller, and she didn't want very small rooms. So we ended up putting the bathroom on the other part of the floor that I built onto the house, you know, because I built this place in stages. Again, it's pretty big. It's a lot of room. It's roomy. But it's nice to be able to not have to bump into furniture in the middle of the night going to the bathroom and stuff like that. But it's not too big, as you guys can see. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys, like I said, you know, how I put the drywall. And as you guys can see, the way I put the insulation in, and there's a lot of different reasons why I did it the way I did it. I'm a little bit too old and a little bit too heavy. Well, not heavy, but a little overweight here, okay? And I'm being modest here. But to be up there climbing in attics and putting up insulation after you put a ceiling in. So what I did to make it easy on me, and to doing a lot of this by myself, is I put plastic, just for instance, I would staple up the plastic like on that section and this section, going down that way. And I just staple up this, and I would climb up on the ladder and go up on this side over, and I'd put the insulation and just roll it out on those 2 sections going down. And I kept doing every 2 sections like that till I got it all up. And then the last one, I would take, let's see if I can find it, and see if you guys can see it. I would take this blue twine, there we go, there's a piece of it. As you can see it right there, I got it from an auction, it was a bunch of stuff in a farm auction. And I thought, you know, I'll use it on something. And anyway, it just kind of zigzags back and forth across there. And I stapled it up. Now, these were the last two sections. And the only way I would have been able to do it would be able to, I'd have had to get up in the attic to do it. Well, what I did is I did this section. Now, there's no plastic in these two sections here. It's hanging down right here. I did this whole section in insulation. So this left just this section. And when I put that twine up there, I was able to put the insulation on one side and just roll it out here. And then I pulled my plastic up and just started stapling. And I just kept going along, stapling it down. And then, of course, when I got to the edge there, I went along with a razor knife and just trimmed it all off. And this is just an extra vapor barrier. A lot of people don't do it. I do it. I like it because I think it's going to keep a lot more cold air out and moisture and everything out. One of the things I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do it in this video, I'm going to do a second video on it because it's going to be a little bit longer, is how I put the drywall up, and which a lot of professionals do it, and a lot of people that know about it. There's different ways you can do it. You know, one being, you know, these can lights, for instance. When you put the board up there, you can measure off your board while it's still laying on the ground or standing against the wall, from here to the can light, and from that edge to the can light. And you can draw your circle and cut it before you put up. Well, trying to get that exact and accurate, it's almost impossible. I've done it in the past, and you have to do some patching because you got to remember, I call them beauty rings. I don't know what they call them. The trim that goes around the can light to cover up anything. You only have, I want to say, 1/4 inch that trim is going to cover. So if you go outside that, that's actually going to be noticeable. So that's some patching and repair. The way I do it, I have a roto zip tool that I used back when I used to do this for a living. And what you do is you cut your piece of drywall. And I'm actually going to do it to kind of demonstrate it. But you'll cut your piece of drywall. For instance, I put this one here because you got to have it. You should have at least 2 foot pieces. You don't want very small because you're going to get sagging if you do. But this one, let's see, 2, 4, 6. This one's going to be 8 foot piece in between here, and then there'll be like another 2 foot piece on the other side. And you stagger your joints. You never want joints running right in a row because then you're going to get cracking in your drywall mud. But the way I do it is I'll measure off the end of the wall or off the end of the drywall there. It's just as easy. And I'll measure up to the center of that can. And then right on the end of that drywall there, I'll actually write my measurement, what I got. And then I'll do the same thing from the edge over here up to the center of the can. And then I'll write the measurement over here on this one. And now I'll do that on that one. And I'll do that on that one because that'll be the board. We'll be covering both of them. And what you do, and you can see, put that up a little closer. There's a piece of cardboard there, and it comes in all the lights. And you push that light fixture back up in there, and that cardboard will actually hold it up in there. And I'll explain why that's very, very necessary. And if you don't have that, if it's a remodel and with an existing can, just get some old newspaper, anything, and just push it back up in there as far as you can. And cram that newspaper up in there. There's a reason why, and I'll explain that. But you'll put that piece of drywall and you'll cover it completely with that 8 foot section that I'm putting up here. It could be a 4 foot section you're putting up, whatever you're putting up, if it's a patch job or anything. Now you can use a Dremel too. Roto zip, it's just something that we used back years ago. But you can use a Dremel tool. It would do the same job. And they work great. A little messy, but they work great. But anyway, you covered the whole section there. You actually covered the light up. You just go up there and you screw those screws and you screw that whole light up. Well, you can't see where that can is. You don't know the measure, but you know because you've written them down right over here and over here, and you'll do the same thing, you know, over here. You'll find a place over here to put your measurements. You'll do the same thing that you did over here. And what you'll do is, and again, I'll demonstrate it. So you know, so from the edge there, you'll pull this measurement here. You'll pull it from here to the center, here, to that point, to the cross. And you'll have an actual point there, across there, an X. And what you'll do, you'll take your roto zip, which is a little drill bit on the end of it, and it only sticks out less than 1/4 of an inch, whatever it is. But you just punch it up in there. Well, actually, it sticks out more than that because you got to go through a 1/2 inch drywall, and you want it a little bit past in. You punch it up in there, and you just come out to the edge. You hit the end of that metal. You come down, drop it down a hair, up, back up, and then you just go around, and it will trim out a perfect circle. And you don't have any patching to do, and it doesn't look like a mess. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'm getting ready to start this. I started this yesterday, and once I get going, I'll do another video on this and show you guys how I get it done. I've got 4 can lights here to do. You can't see it because I haven't cut the plastic out yet, but there's a ceiling fan box there right in the middle where we'll put a ceiling fan. And then there's the duct for the heat and air or whatever we're going to put in here. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Hopefully I can get this thing done today. If nothing else comes up in between now and then. And okay, guys, that was the end of part 1. Make sure you check out part 2, and more than likely it's going to be a 3 and a 4. But that way you can see how I actually did it from the start to the finish. And I hope you enjoy all the videos. And of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe if you like the videos. And of course, if you guys like the video, go ahead and comment and give us a big thumbs up. I appreciate it.